Hello, and welcome back to another podcast.
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 Let's get down to business, guys. Anthony, is it a little cold outside today?
Yes, Creighton, it's a bit nipply outside, but this week we've got some sports for you. But that's not important at the moment.
We also have our teacher spotlight.
Who are we interviewing this week?
We're going to interview Mr. Kramer for this week's Spotlight, Jake.
Oh yeah, let's head on down to Josh with that.
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Kramer, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about himself. So, Mr. Kramer, who exactly are you?
Well, I am Mr. Kramer. I did go to school right here at Cambridge. Went to school here K through 12, and after that I went to UNL. I majored in social studies education. Okay, so since then I've just been since I graduated, I've just been filling in here at Cambridge wherever I'm needed, really. Just doing what I can to help out the school, and I also came back to work on my parents' family farm. So.
Okay, well that's really cool that you went to Cambridge. What exactly has changed here at Cambridge since you went to school here?
Well, there's actually been a lot of change in the teaching staff. There's a few teachers, they're still here. They were teaching when I went through school here, but there's been just a bunch of staff, staff members that have retired or moved on to go, other places, and so there's just a lot of different teaching staff here.
Oh, that's really nice. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say to us before we head off?
Well, I guess one of your questions there, as far as what's changed since I've been here, thinking about FFA, I know that our FFA program has really gotten built up in the time that I was, the time that I've been out of high school. They've done better at contests since I've been in high school. We have a lot of resources available to us, and Miss Bodie definitely just did a great job of building the program up. So hopefully I'm doing all right at carrying the program over for next semester, and I know Mrs. Ball will be a good leader to go ahead and take over there. So
All right. Well, thanks for talking to us.
all
Mr.
right,
Kramer.
thanks, Josh.
Well, isn't he an interesting man?
It was an alright job, I suppose.
Alright. Moving on.
We now have our sports segment this week with Jacob Tinbensel.
Alright, welcome back and hello again. My name is Jacob Tinbensel with the updated scores for football, and awesome news for cross country, and some good news for volleyball. We won against Dundee County in football 46-14. That's pretty amazing, boys. Keep on going. And in cross country, Caleb, not Moyer, Tinbensel, made it to state as a freshman. And in volleyball, we won 2 sets to Sutherland and lost 1 set to Elm Creek. That's it, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for informing us with those results, since sports are such a big part of my life.
We all know you're going to be an Olympic athlete.
I'd make a great bobsledder.
Sure would.
We also had the school musical this week.
Does anybody know what that thing was called?
It's called Calamity Jane.
What does calamity mean?
It means disaster, Jake, as in she messes everything up.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
Life Lessons with Creighton.
What is Caleb trying to say?
Well, hello, and welcome to another fine week of Life Lessons with Creighton. This week we will be learning a topic that's very important for most men in their teen years and, well, just any age. We're going to learn how to cook, and most men need to know how to cook cereal. So, we chose Rice Krispies because they are cheap and economical. We'd like to thank all those who helped in the process of letting us get out of school to get these supplies. So, first off, when you're cooking Rice Krispies, you gotta grab the biggest bag you can find and also the biggest bowl you can find because you're pretty hungry. what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the Rice Krispies and gently pour them into the bowl until your bowl is completely full. Great. Now we like a little sugar, so next week we open our bag of Surefine pure granulated sugar because you don't want your sugar too thick. And then when you get it all the way open, you kind of just lightly pour the sugar over the top, like so, until you got, I don't know, about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar on there. Close enough. I don't think we got quite enough, but as long as you're close. And then you take the milk and pour that over the top. You need about 1.5 cups of milk. Oops, got a little carried away there. Oh, that'll get you. And you just keep going until you got about 1.5 cups of milk total on your Rice Krispies. All right, that looks about right to me. As soon as you got that done, most people like bananas. Thanks for the help, Johnson. And you just kind of break up the bananas, and you kind of just, mush them up. Put them on your cereal. No, you didn't do it right. You break them up. You break them up because you don't want to choke. No, you gotta peel them first. And you put a couple bananas on there, and you should have plenty of banana. And then you see you might not have enough sugar, so you go back and you put another. This time you put a tablespoon on, and you just cover it up until you think you got enough. And we ran out, but that ought to be enough. And once you got it made, you might not, I don't think, our spoon isn't big enough, but you mix it together, and our bowl's pretty full, but whoa, it's erupting. So what you do is you just go ahead and you dig in. John, try it. Man, that's a lot of cereal, but this is good stuff. So, once again, thank you for joining Life Lessons with Creighton. We hope this has been a very good experience for you, and we hope you've learned a lot. That's all we have. Thank you.
I love Life Lessons with Creighton.
Doesn't everybody, though?
We sure do.
Well, that's about it for this week. We got corn to pick, money to make, and cereal to eat.
As Johnson would say, and coal to roll.
Goodbye,
everybody.
everyone.
And this week, we have a new segment called Fashion with Fisher. That's me.
Fisher, tell us. What's the story behind what you're wearing today?
Oh, you see, I got up this morning about 7:30, walked outside, and I was like, it's cold. My neck might get cold. I want to stay warm. So I put on my Miley Cyrus Max Azria scarf and stayed warm.
Wow! And just where in the world did you get this scarf?
Bought it at the buckle.
Bought it at the buckle. Wow, that's fantastic. Well, it looks really good, and just keep on keeping on. I really love what you're doing, and I just want to say thank you for being inspirational.
Thanks, Creighton. Keep on keeping. David. Nice.
Cereal.
Rope stuff. You got your lasso
Fix
at
the
home.
tree.
I'm the windman.
Got your Republicans over here, don't like what the Democrats are doing. Got your Democrats, who don't like what your Republicans are doing. So then you get a government shutdown, like we just had last week.
Let's get out of here. Government sucks. Forced me to come to school. I'm done.
What is that?
It's my breakfast. Do you have a problem with it?
It looks amazing.
Do you want some?
Wow! If I didn't know better, I'd say that was made by Craig Broadcott.
It is. It is true.